Anything down here? I think I was here a second ago. I was in danger, which is distracting.
Hey, that's against... What do you think you're doing?
Oh god. Nothing at all.
Just don't make any trouble for me, okay?
That's terrifying. Oh! Good thing that wasn't me going off the entire freaking thing. I don't have any healing. My 1 billion healing items. I need them. I have to pay closer attention to some of the things you can loot. God, I totally screwed up and sold all my healing items. Must have been at the end of last DLC. The unlucky groundskeeper. Chapter 1, The Beginning. Halcyon Helen battles a lingering foe in a seedy bar. Halcyon Helen and Typhon Tim spoke in quiet tones about their next course of action, their voices soft beneath the din of the bar. The duo had just finished the last of their paperwork on Helen's latest job. Filing precise reports always raised her spirits. Her being named Halcyon is like having a person named America. The trails led us here, and I suspect it will lead us no farther. Soon we will find the source of the dissident's monsters, said Helen, a characteristic grin on her face. Let's hope your hunch is correct, Tim murmured, for I suspect their agents will be not far behind us. As if brought on by Tim's supposition, a frightful voice suddenly thundered through the room. Near the door loomed a giant and blood-stained man, looking for all his worth like he had fought his way through a Mantiqueen's den. It was Maximilian Mercer, well-feared dissident stooge, and he held 2 Spacer's Choice light pistols in his greasy hands. Not the dissidents! Oh no, what are we gonna do? So this is the previous groundskeeper? What was he unlucky about? I mean, he's dead, but I mean, like, what happened to him? He's the one that nobody found, right? Found him. This is the one, the dead saplings. Let's see. Let's see what I can find. This is the one about finding out what's wrong with this area. I'm curious to find out if she's behind it all, like on purpose.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
On the other side of this hedge. Oh, I hadn't spotted this before.
This console is 95% non-functional. Remaining 5% functionality stems from display reading console non-functional. Cause of shortout is most likely related to purple residue splattered all across the keyboard.
Chemical analysis.
Substance contains trace amounts of purple berries, fruit flavors, and artificial sweeteners number 35, number 49, number 240, number 322, number 314, and many, many, many others.
Inspect the console. It looks like several of the electrical panels were removed, then fastened back into place poorly. Taste the residue?
Please stop tasting things, Captain.
This is only encouraging. It's super sugary with the sweet tang of purple berry and a bunch of other tropical flavors all mixed together. It meshes well with the faint flavor of oil. Never stop tasting things. You don't understand the power it unlocks in me. Healing items, please. Yep. Nope. Is there a cave? Okay. Ow. Oh, I would have never spotted this without the waypoint. Recall the automechs that are trying to murder everybody. Access user logs. Exterminator automechanical targeting setting reset. Success. Anna Summers did this in turn. User recording. Finally, you darn thing. Now, how do I... Exterminator automechanical target priority. Sparts. Failed. Invalid parameter. Oh, come on, work with me here. She misspelled sprats. Exterminator automechanical target priority. Primeals. Fuck this thing, I'll figure it out later. No target priority set in 10 minutes. Auto defaulting to all. Oh. She can't spell... Uh-oh. Produce productivity report. Yields are up by 0.003%. Conclusion. New fertilizer import from Edgewater is working wonders. Oh. Wait, is it made of people then? If it's from Edgewater? User logs found. Please note that all personal content on this terminal is property of Rizzo's. 2 bits will automatically be deduced from user Keeper 03's wages for each viewed entry. Okay. Please note that searching for archived files will subtract 5 bits from the current user's wages. Press abort as soon as you read the prior sentence to cancel the search. That was too late. After by the time you read that, it's too late. A new life. I've always dreamed of living in Eridanos, but the science types always said it was impossible. The gravity will crush your bones. There's no breathable atmosphere. Blah, blah, blah. Well, that's why I've got this new groundskeeper position, and they're stuck on Terra 2, where the execs are looking to promote somebody. They don't look at the doubters. Oh, I almost forgot the best part. The whole place is automated. Not only do I get a promotion, I also get to work less. All I need to do is make my way to the hive every so often, set the pollination cycles. Aside from that, I'm just keeping the local sprats from eating all the purple berries. Things are looking damn fine for Sandra Cullen, who is dead. Hate this place. Well, Sandra bit the big one. Company policy says due to our marriage contract, I've got to take her position now. Something about discouraging workers from dying on the job. So here I am. Seeing her body, once they got the mosquitoes to stop stinging it, ain't been great for my entomophobia. Thinking maybe I grab a few spectrums and find somewhere to hole up until the execs think I've died or something. Thought about the purpleberry puzzle hedges, but I've seen a lot of people go in and a lot of people come out. No clue what might be lurking in there. Wish I'd stayed on Terra too. Some jerk. Strange day. Left the shack open only to find a fellow I'd never seen before standing out front. Had his hands deep in his pockets and was looking at me with an odd, hungry kind of expression. Said he either was a slug or worked for one, which caused me no small confusion. Didn't have time to ask for clarification because he immediately started asking me for donations to keep the orchards running. First time I've seen a con man try to convince a shopkeep that he's actually the one minding the store. Hardly needs saying, but I took my claw rake and chased him out. Here's hoping I don't hear from that loon again. Pete Cullen. Someone was pretending to run the place. Hi everybody. Y'all chill? Somebody done been misbehaving. Alright, the automechanicals dealt with, the primals are dead with. And the swarm is recalled.
Back again, eh? I knew you couldn't resist my charms for long. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Unless you already have, and I've forgotten. In which case, I probably won't forget a second time.
I found a strange substance on the processing console. That have something to do with you?
Well, maybe. I might have had a supersized cup of mixed purpleberry punch and lemon slap that I might have knocked over when I was running routine diagnostics. Look, I know what you're thinking, but I have the proper permit to mix those drinks. I just left it in my other work uniform.
I doubt it. I've used that exact same line.
Hey, we have a lot of uniforms. It's hard keeping track of all your belongings.
Did you dump the drink before or after you removed the console's control panel cover?
How did you notice? The diagnostic normally takes hours, and that's only if humidity's low. I wanted to take the initiative to try and make it faster.
Seems a bunch of our exterminator automechs were on the warpath. Know anything about that?
Well, yes. The orchards are becoming overrun with pests. Usually we give workers handguns and tell them to go to town, which results in many injured workers and a few dead sprats. Our exterminator automechs only kill mosquitoes, and even then, only if an exec somehow ended up in the orchards during a pollinization cycle. So I decided to do some reprogramming. The reprogramming was easy until I locked myself out of the terminal. Then, when I was running away from the bots, I dropped the terminal access card somewhere in the orchards.
Bots were shooting anything larger than a wasp mosquito. Must not have recalibrated targets.
Believe me, I know that now. Guess I did sort of mess that one up. Law's alive. I really did think I was doing good by the orchards, but with all that you've told me, it sounds like I've done much more harm. I know it's a lot to ask, but is there a chance you could vouch for me to my boss? It might not seem like it, but I've been trying to take the initiative. I really do want to help.
I don't know, wouldn't that enable you to screw things up even more?
Well, it could, but not if I'm given proper supervision. Everyone has to learn somehow, right? I guess I'm not sure what more to say. I suppose I just hope you'll make the right decision. If not for me, then for the rest of the Rizzo's workers.
Like, I think people are dead because of what you did. Granted, a lot more people are dead because of what the actual Rizzo employees did, so, you know, this system kills people when it's working as intended. You're killing people slower by not working as intended, but still it's a fucking disaster. Holy shit. She was a wreck. She needs to go somewhere else. But bad employees tend to get murdered in this place, so that's concerning.
Thanks for visiting Rizzo's Purpleberry Orchards, where insects and workers alike are always busy bees. Now I'd love to get you something, maybe a couple somethings? Whatever you like, I can sell it to you at a low, low price.
Have you sold any Spectrum from the storage warehouse shipment?
Wow, what a strange question. I'm much too delighted to be suspicious. I sold lower-level spectrums to workers from RR&DD Labs, Hive Control, and the Conservatory. Jacob's predecessor also splurged briefly on a bottle beyond his pay grade, and Black Hole Birdie bought my most expensive spectrum when he visited. I wish he'd bought more. Oh, if you're looking for your own spectrum, remember that you can always buy from the Nut Hut or the Grand Colonial Bar, so long as you have the bits to back up your taste.
Red. Yellow. Orange. Please sell me healing items, though. I need to fix my horrible
Our
mistake.
alcohol stocks are larger than ever. And a good thing, too, because I just can't seem to stop myself from getting into them. Our products are just that good.
Well, your alcoholism is being amplified by the everything happening to you. There we go. Adreno. Wait, is that the right stuff? It is the healing stuff. I guess I mixed it up with Adreno time, so I was more worried. Oh yeah, it's auto-equipped. Yeah, there's Adreno. Then you can add other consumables that help. I don't really want Crash. I don't know, I've never really done the mixed thing before. It'd be nice if they only used them when you actually needed them. Otherwise it's kind of wasteful. Bunch of vending items in here. Okay, I'm back to having 30 healing items. That is an improvement. You're about to feel real silly.
You're back, I see. Glad Slug hasn't managed to scare you off.
I think it's more of a wonder that nothing in these law-forsaken orchards has managed to kill them.
How's the investigation going? You got a complete report for me yet?
I have completed my investigation.
All right, let's hear the details.
A drink was spilled over the processing console, shorting it out.
A drink? I ain't ever heard of no saboteur dumping drinks all over equipment to destroy it. I hate to say it, but that sounds more like worker carelessness.
How many times do I have to tell you this, old man? Slug isn't behind your problems. Slug wouldn't even need to cause you problems. Your own workers do enough.
An herbicide was mixed in with the fertilizer, which ended up killing the saplings.
Ha! Knew Slug was behind the damn sabotage.
Please. We're subtle, but that's too subtle. If we wanted to destroy your saplings, you'd have known them by the blackened remnants of their stems, not some half-assed poisoning.
I took care of the roaming exterminator automex.
I see you left a few of them intact even. Smashed more than I'd like, but I guess I'm glad you didn't obliterate them all.
Never did like leaving a job half-finished myself, but that's me.
So what were the fine details of the sabotage anyhow? Were Slug's lackeys trying to get the mechanicals to kill all our waspitos?
I mean, I guess. They were really just trying to kill everything.
Reckon they've got something in common with the waspitos then. Probably why Slug just set the mechanicals to attack everything. Eventually, they'd kill our pollinizers.
In your delusional fantasy, the waspitos wouldn't be out until next pollinization cycle. Wouldn't someone notice the rampant mechanicals beforehand?
That seems like a question you should be asking yourself.
Is there a way to manually initiate a pollinization cycle even though I already know?
Well, yes, it's possible to manually start and end cycles in Hive Control, but we keep a careful watch on it. And there have been no non-Rizzo's personnel in or out.
Stop wasting everyone's time, Hathaway. What you're proposing is infinitely less likely than an idiot maneuver by one of your incompetent workers. I won't hear any further slander. Let's go through this one final time so even you can't confuse it, Hathaway. Slug didn't do a damn thing to your orchards. You're chasing ghosts.
Talk about ghosts all you like, but someone was screwing with my orchards. If it wasn't Slug, then who the hell was it?
Did you just say that you saw it? You know that only employees have been in and out today? Well, then who was in most recently? Because it's kind of a big deal. Anna Summers caused your problems, but she didn't do it on purpose.
Summers? The intern? I didn't really take her for a meddlesome type. But now that I think about it, that's why she'd be a perfect saboteur. I'll deal with her later. Right now, we of the Orchards have to settle things with Slug. I reckon that you're about as impartial a third party as we're gonna get. Can you mediate?
Ah, what the hell. The Orchardist seems to get off on complicating what should be a simple deal, but at this point, I just want to be paid and go. The pollen in the air is agitating.
Rizzo's will have bits to spare after the Brown unveiling. Could pay them, with interest.
Never like paying bits if I ain't gotta, but you're right. If we get production finished now, we'll be able to pay later. Thoughts, Slug Boy?
I think that's the first interesting suggestion I've heard since our back and forth began. Slug can wait for an increase in costs. I hope we won't have this conversation again.
Now that that's out of the way, we can discuss the intern. If she was really causing all that trouble, I will delight in severing her from her job.
Your intern confessed to being inept. She honestly seems like she just wanted to help.
Even if I were inclined to believe you, that's some damn severe incompetence you're talking about. I still wouldn't want someone like that working the Orchards.
Perhaps you could be of use to each other.
What the hell are you proposing? Let her burn the Orchards down while I stand behind her and applaud? We ain't got nothing to exchange.
The intern's an earnest worker. I bet she could do an excellent job with your guidance.
She wants to help, does she? You know what? I'll call your bluff. She can keep at it with close supervision, but if she screws up even once, she's out. Here's your pay, with a little extra for getting to the bottom of things. It's gonna be real interesting in the Orchards for the foreseeable future. Thanks, I guess.
If she screws up even once, well then she's probably fucked. Oh well. Can't save her from her own mess. And she's a mess. The pool where horror dwelt. The Grand Colonial's pool's been shut down because of some evil shit going down. How about we have a look-see? I'll just teleport over because I don't want to cross that whole bridge again. That seems like a pain in the ass. Well, welcome back to the main island. We were there for a while. That was just kind of its own whole thing. A mechanical contraption for propagating chemicals inserted above through the pool water. Someone has scratched a sentence into the filter's plating. Irian was here. Irian sounds like a confession to me. That seems like a kind of move that you would not want to make if you don't want to get caught. But there they went. Oh. Y'all are in trouble.
This place is more exciting than I thought.
Kind of a train wreck, honestly.
Whew. Thanks for the help back there. I've actually never fired a gun before. Is this ringing in your ears normal?
There's no ear protection in that mess of a helmet. What? What'd you say?
Well, I guess that answers that question. Still, I had to be alive to be able to go deaf later. I'm not sure if I actually hit any shots. If you hadn't intervened, it could have been bleak.
Seems like it'd be a slug's job to keep a horde of Raptidons from getting this far.
I'm just as confused as you are. Someone should have been on shift to see them coming. Miss Vargas would probably have a better idea of what happened. She's stationed at the luxury pad.
Take care. Well, I'm guessing that's the next thing being sabotaged by whoever's up to some kind of bullshit lately. The same murderer that probably unleashed the other shit. The swarms. Sprats! That's a ways away. Why do they have so much wildernessy stuff? What is their goal with some of this stuff? What a strange place. Is this a copy-paste of the greenhouse from Emerald Vale? I totally forgot that my healing items are called Adreno because I got focused on Adreno time and I'm like, no, don't take that. Pool cleaner. Blue watercoloring 4/2020. Chlorinsol hypogenerated defoamer. They dye it blue. I see a puzzle. And hexagonal columns like usual. View VAT1 status. Brominating oxylator. Blue watercoloring 4/22. Brominating oxylator. Existing chemicals and canister will be removed and chemicals and vats will be mixed into a new compound. Did I do it? Are there supposed to be numbers? Oh. So watercoloring, chlorinol, and defoamer. So not yellow. Yellow's bad. Chlorinsol. Ew, that's not good. Defoamer, chlorinsol, water. Okay, there's the actual one. Unknown compound, lost. Pool cleaner. That's what you actually want. There we go. Wow, I'm such a good employee. Why am I cleaning their pool?
This is how top rungers like to enjoy nature. From far away and with a stiff drink. I get it.
Hello, nature. Anyway. Look at them just chatting away. Wow, I've had their conversation. It's great. It's a shame that they're telekinetic.
I told you, didn't I? The view's fit to stop one's heart. Really? Considering the circumstances, that's the euphemism you decide to use?
Because of the dead person? I mean, I guess her heart stopped. I don't think she was Oh, that's where Spectrum's being made. Wow, that's a Willy Wonka looking place. I do like this setting better than the one in the first DLC. Just in general. I like exploring it more. I like the colors. I like that it's not mostly just a waste of space. There wasn't a lot of texture in the first DLC's world. It was just, this is a whole world's covered in marauders that are drug addicts that you should feel bad about killing now. And also a bunch of primals, I guess. Anyway, get to your actual objectives where stuff actually happens. Where there's all sorts of stuff going on around here. Oh, there you go. I fixed your shitty water. You can go back to having water again, I guess.
Oh, thanks a million, Inspector. The smell cleared right up. Well, in a couple hours, the guests might even be back. Then I actually gotta start doing my job. Of course, we're not gonna get a follow-up shipment for the water anytime soon, so they'll have to content themselves on the deck. I got a little something for making my job that much less miserable. It's the key to our storeroom. If my boss asks, you never met me.
A key? I think we both know my work was worth a little more than that.
I guess I can spare a few bits, and here, this pack of smokes. Sorry, they don't really load me up with the goods. I gotta get back to it if you don't mind, Inspector.
Rewards are all over the place for these quests. I expected him to give me basically nothing when I said that, but he gave me as much as that other person did for giving her the original Spectrum vodka. And it's like, that was like a big secret major thing. And she's like, I don't know, here's the same amount that this guy gave you for cleaning the pool. What? In the world? I'll do the wilderness later. We're still meant to report to Ludovico.
The Rizzo spokesman said that the unveiling would be indefinitely postponed. What did he mean? Are we going to have to wait an entire week? 2 weeks?
I suspect it may take longer than that. If the murder isn't solved, the unveiling could be postponed for as long as a month.
I can't believe that! We should sue.
We can sue later. For now, let's just enjoy the day and hope the murder is solved with due haste.
A murder isn't our problem. It's all the ways that it inconveniences us, these lights. These always seem like an expensive, delicate thing, so having them outdoors is certainly a choice. Maybe they're made of something harder than just glass. I would be a bit worried.
The brochure never mentioned anything about mosquito attacks. What other dangers are they hiding from us?
I got news for you about, Halcyon.
What floor would you like to visit? Next stop, the finest seat in the house.
Good. Where the fuck are you?
Hey, I've been ready. But that guy, I was just gonna wait until he really embarrassed himself. I call the big bed. Anyone wants to challenge me, we can play a hand of cards.
Where's the mascot? Is he? Oh, here he is. No one's stopping him?
Oh, sweet gibbering law! Where'd you come from? Sorry, let me just get back in character. Whoa, 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 it's not what it looks like.
You just... How did you miss, like, the 6 people in this room? Pretty sure it looks like Rizzo's mascot is in my room going through my things.
Looks can be deceiving, friend. For example, what looks like misappropriation may, in fact, be a misunderstanding. I seem to have wandered into the wrong premises. I have mistaken this penthouse for the Rizzo's Rangers locker room on account of my headgear cutting off my peripheral vision.
Which is why you just successfully identified it as being a penthouse. I don't like his tone, Max. Do something about it.
You, should watch yourself, or we'll force you to consider how your whole existence is based on a lie perpetrated by the corporations. Or, shoot you?
Wow. Looks like you've got some mascots of your own, except they're heavily armed. I am acting on behalf of Mr. Black Hole Birdie, the Holmeister, the Hack Attack. I don't have a lot of time, but Mr. Birdie sent me to retrieve a message. Something he recorded for Ms. Bellamy while he was off his kilter.
You're out of luck. I found it already. It's pretty incriminating.
You found the recording? Oh, well, that's just sweeter than a fistful of purple berry punch. Oh, law, Birdie's gonna slaughter me like a woolly cow. Will you meet me later, over at the pilot house? I swear, from the bottom of my employment contract, I will tell you everything I know about Ms. Bellamy's demise.
Not good enough. You're staying put.
I can't. I'm so incredibly sorry, but I can't. Please try and understand. I don't want to end up like Ms. Bellamy. Meet me over by the pilot house. It's the land complex with the big old engine that keeps us flying. I'll tell you everything I know, I swear.
This sounds like a trap. Unfortunately for him, traps don't work out for him. Well.
I understand there was an incident at the orchards. The pollination cycle began without my authorization. Fortunately, you managed to save most of the hive. The wasp-ketos are essential to the orchards, you see. Losing them would have cost us months of production.
Never mind all the dead. And more than a few lives. That doesn't bother you?
The orchards can be a dangerous place, but my workers understand the hazards. Something about this incident troubles me. The circumstances are suspicious. But let's concentrate on the matter at hand. Have you discovered anything?
The plot thickens, Administrator.
You have my attention.
Dr. Blossom is dead, murdered by an unknown killer.
That's deeply upsetting. Dr. Leora Blossom was an extraordinary scientist and a friend. We have a murderer on the loose, Inspector. As if the death of Halcyon Helen wasn't enough of a blow to our facility.
She was in trouble when I found her. The other workers had turned violent.
Her commitment to her NDA was admirable. I'll make sure to accelerate the payout of her death benefits to her next of kin.
All I know is she recognized the killer.
Interesting. The Rizzo's family is a small family, Inspector. Most of us recognize one another. Still, any information is good information. It troubles me to believe Leora could have been murdered by one of our own. If there's anything else you'd like to share, you have my attention.
Helen insisted in touring Rizzo's RR&DD lab.
Insisted? That's interesting. We'd scheduled a tour of the lab for Helen. Purely a public relations event to be held sometime in the indeterminate future. Then again, Helen and I were not well acquainted. I can't speak to her intentions.
What were you going to show her during the tour?
Little of consequence. We'd tour the grounds, pause at some locations appropriate for a portrait, let her shake hands with our scientists. Public relations.
She spent a little time at the orchards. I found evidence she was at a picnic.
A picnic? I don't recall approving a private social gathering at the orchards. I'll have to make a note of this information. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. Was there anything else?
Someone stole data from one of your terminals in R&D.
That's troubling, to say the least. Any transfer of proprietary data is strictly prohibited without my permission.
You can't steal that much data without an expensive cartridge. Our thief has resources.
A clever deduction, Inspector. That gives us a little information to work with.
This happened just before the mosquito attack. Someone was trying to stop me.
Yes, I share your suspicions. Someone didn't want you following their trail. This feels like more than corporate espionage. Someone's playing with us, Inspector. And I have never in my life enjoyed games. Did you discover anything else?
I've got bad news about your entire existence. I'll let you know if I learn something else.
This incident at the orchards must be connected to Helen's murder somehow. I don't know how, but I feel it in my marrow. My apologies, Inspector. This case is under your jurisdiction, not mine. I leave it in your hands. When you're ready, I suggest a word with the hotel coroner. She should have finished her autopsy by now.
Hey, why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in my room?
Why was there a suspicious-looking mascot in your room? I'm afraid I don't understand. Is this the lead-up to a joke?
There was a Rizzo's mascot poking around in my room. I'd like to know why.
I don't know why there was a mascot in your room. The Grand Colonial doesn't offer that kind of room service, I think.
What do you think the mascot would be doing as room service? He had some pretty interesting things to say about Black Hole Birdie.
Such as?
Birdie is secretly illiterate. Birdie convinced him to break into my room. You didn't know about this.
I most certainly did not. My policy toward Eridanos is one of, shall we say, benign negligence. I keep my distance and don't involve myself unless necessary. In any case, let me apologize for this unfortunate business. I'm sure this mascot meant no harm.
I'll take your word for it.
Was there anything else?
Nope. We're done with you. How do you just walk in my room? I assume everybody that's not in my party is just standing around here. So it's not like this place was empty for him to just walk right past it all. Is this populating at all? Oh yeah, that's the dead lady. Wait, was that there before? The robot. Can't get over the robot.
What floor would you like to visit?
Let's get the hell out of here. You wanted me to meet him by the thing that's making this whole thing not collapse. The Prince of Tossball. Like a reference to the Prince of Tennis? Oh, I have to go down a bridge to get there. I guess I'm already leaving this platform. What are those people running for? Are they under attack? Is this happening again? Wait, really?
Did we win? Oh, how exciting!
I cannot stress enough how alarming it is that I can't talk to anybody about this. There's just possessed workers running around attacking people.
We're the future of Sublight. Just you wait and see.
Okay. I think the future of Sublight might be a burning crater. Call it a hunch.
Move along.
Amelia Stillwell. I think I just legitimately can't talk to anybody about this, and it's like, that's weird. It's kind of a big deal. People are, there's a lot of islands. There's an island here, then that one, then that one, then that. Wow, I still have at least 4 to look at. I originally thought there was just one in each direction. The orchard on one side and the wilderness on the other one.
Look here, I could use a new pair of glasses.
Can't imagine where you misplaced your old pair.
Okay. What the fuck? Oh shit, there's 2? What were they, inside of each other? Dude, these things are just taking over the entire colony and nobody notices? I mean, I haven't actually seen They Live, but it feels vaguely like some kind of They Live nonsense where, like, the world is... people are being replaced by monsters or something and no one, like... and I'm like the only one that's noticing. Was it even what happened in They Live? I don't know. It's like the glasses, where like you can see like the reality of the world around you. Probably a movie about propaganda and advertising.
Hey, you. Come take a look. Hey, you look like you need some stuff. Fancy watch? Spare cufflink? Single earring? You want it? I've got it.
You doing okay?
Me? Oh, sure. Terrific. Never better. And as soon as I pay off my docking fines, I'll be back on my feet and in my ship.
Docking fines?
So it turns out Slug has some pretty strict rules on vehicle docking, and I may have broken a few of them. Who'd think Slug would be so strict?
Docking rules.
Let's see. There's docking without prior authorization, double docking, docking into adjacent vessels, docking while under the influence of alcohol, docking while under the influence of caffeinoids, and loitering.
Wow.
And that reminds me that I've got delinquency fees accruing on top of the original docking fines. Which is why I'm hoping you'll purchase my fine wares.
Why are you selling all that junk?
Junk? My friend, this is not junk. These are people's prized possessions. Priceless personal effects, beloved souvenirs and knickknacks.
How did you come by them?
Huh? Oh, well, some of the guests left this stuff behind.
You mean you stole it?
I would certainly not admit to that, even if it were true. Take a look for yourself.
All right.
Me?
Oop, no.
Yeah?
What you got? A lot of it really is junk, isn't it? I'm guessing she might have one of the Spectrum things you need, though. Or not. It mostly does seem to be basically junk. Okay. Dude, it's so weird to see this colony getting taken over and not getting the chance to even talk to anyone about it. I just opened that door and it's full of slug monsters. What the fuck?
I never imagined Spencer Woolrich would outlive Halcyon Helen.
It's a weird opinion to have. I have opinions about which of these 2 people will die first for some reason. It's very strange, sir, to just come out and say. Am I gonna get any hints about the origin of this shit? Can I at least I just want to talk to somebody that's aware of the problem, because it seems more pressing than anything else happening on this island.
I heard about what happened to Helen. If Rizzo's ran that hotel, we would have kept her safe.
Now we're now in Rizzo's territory. Well, she's not, at least she's not possessed. People seem normal here.
Got a real lucky break working on Eridanos. I could have been stuck on Terra too.
Okay, they're way too excited about it though. Well,
Timeline discrepancy detected near. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
not only did he turn up like they did, he's also been infected. Which I think he wasn't at the time. He didn't seem like it before. I don't know if he was that smiley. He was trying not to die. What is this?
This empty bottle of spirits does not belong to any known corporate brand. Suspicious residue detected.
High concentration of ethanol. Someone's brewing moonshine with antiseptics.
Excellent deduction, Inspector. Imbibing of unauthorized beverages is strictly prohibited under Rizzo's company law. Ingredients include antiseptic alcohol, sucrose, and unidentifiable miscellaneous organic material. Closest match. Counterfeit spirits available at the Piraeus spaceport. Discrepancy detected. Rizzo's company policy clearly states that all proprietary mascots must exhibit signs of physical life.
Puncture wounds near his collarbone. I'm having trouble finding an exit wound.
Excellent observation, Inspector. Have you deduced a possible cause of death?
Firearms. Not a conventional weapon either.
Unusually small entry wounds indicate exotic weaponry. Closest approximations are 1. Incident involving a game of darts. 2. The Needler.
Is it really going to be this gun called the Needler that covers people in stab wounds and not like, you know, the bees? Constable Keene mentioned the Needler, Helen's signature gun.
Now running flattery protocol. Excellent deduction, Inspector. Your logical faculties make my programming seem Paleolithic by comparison. Famously deployed by Halcyon Helen in Terra on Monarch. This weapon was responsible for executing the Chief of the Savages, played by Spencer Woolridge.
Amplifier, before we go, do you think he'd miss his outfit?
This unit is incapable of providing ethical advice. This unit is also incapable of answering rhetorical questions.
I'll take his things. It's potential evidence. Yeah. You glance over your shoulder to see if anyone's watching, then reach down and remove the mascot's gear. Alright, let's get out of here. It's also still there, obviously. Vending machine power cables. Where is that gonna come in handy? That's bound to come up, I guess.
You don't know how grateful I am to the morale improvement program. Changed my life.
Why are the faces of Rizzo's employees kind of terrifying? What's with the dark stuff going on?
You don't know how grateful I am to the morale improvement program. Changed my life.
Uh-oh, do you have a slug on your neck? You don't? I thought that was the morale employment and improvement program was slugs. You guys both don't seem to have one. Huh. You're so close to a corpse that you should be a suspect. Like, why are we not having that conversation right now?
Nice.
Company gives us a discount on Spectrum Brown.
Spectrum Brown hasn't been launched yet. Also, there's a corpse right there. Also, there's a corpse right there. Okay. Can't acknowledge the slugs that are happening to people and can't acknowledge the corpses. I'm starting to really feel like I'm the only person witnessing certain things, and it's getting really unnerving.
I was nearly attacked by a terror ray on my way here.
Wow, you guys have boring lives and have very few things to talk about.
Even if he is, no one will think you dress the same as him on purpose.
I was at breakfast first. If anything, he's dressed the same as me.
But we can part your hair on the other side, just in case.
Well, that'll throw him off your trail.
Caught a real lucky break working on Eridanos.
Could have been in Terra too. That cage thing's interesting. Phaeton. There are just so many sprats around. You're right. She'll figure it out. I believe in her.
Does being on the case give us temporary immunity? Think they'll let us confiscate a few stray bits? Something on your mind?
You know, of all the places we've been, this is the closest I've felt to something that can work. This whole complex, I mean. They've got gainful employment, a wilderness reserve for fun, an enormous roof over people's heads. Maybe after the dust settles, they could shore up some holes and be an example to the rest of the colony. Here's hoping.
Yeah, no, things are not going great here.
What's up?
What with the brain slugs and all, I'm pretty concerned about what this place is up to. But yeah, it didn't even occur to me last DLC that you can, like, talk to them.
My last quarterly review said I had an attitude problem. Morale improvement program fixed me right up.
What the fuck is this program? I groweth concerned over this program. People are gonna need to answer some questions to me about this program. What? They have an East and West museum. Guh.
My last quarterly review said I had an attitude problem. Morale improvement program fixed me right up.
Gets creepier every time another one of them says it. Look at this mega sprat, rawr. Free range fixer. He's a big boy. Spencer Woolrich. Watch the final adventures of Cascadia Bard on Terra 1 before it falls before the waves of marauding philosophists. Yeah, that's not what happened on Terra 1. Terra 1 was a monarch, right? Before they gave up on it. The legendary mount of Cascadia Bart, the frontier hero, immortalized by Spencer Woolrich in Free Range Fixer. While the real Gigantar retired after filming and went to the home of a wealthy Byzantine collector, the ambitious shooting schedule and thrilling stunts of Free Range Fixer meant that many smaller-scale stunt doubles got to share the role of Gigantar. Number 347, displayed here, performed in a scene where Gigantar and Cascadia Bart were buried in a rock slide. While her shot was ultimately cut from the film, her valiant sacrifice lives on here. She died in a scene that they didn't even use. Oh. Did you know Gigantar was named after Rizzo's Gigantar energy drink, enjoyed on screen by Cascadia Bart while he battled against the vile Philosophists. Prove your loyalty to Halcyon and try a Gigantar today. Available at Rizzo's vending machines near you. Poor baby got murdered just so that they would not even use the shot anyway. And apparently, judging by the number it was given, like 300 of them died. Or probably a lot more. That one is definitely way bigger though. Like way bigger.
I can't believe Helen's gone. We're never going to get a sequel to Terra and Monarch.
Oh no, that's the worst part. Think. Remember when you leave. Out of low gravity falls are high impact. Out of low gravity falls are high impact. I think they mean like, because I think they're targeting people that are so used to low gravity that they have to be worried about going to normal gravity ever, I guess. These are silly. I wonder if they're supposed to look like something in specific. None of these, none of the display tour things do anything. Big ol' engines. Are those the brain slug things? Albert Wolcott.
Whoa, you scared the daylights out of me. Don't sneak up on a fella like that. Say, you wouldn't happen to be the inspector investigating Halcyon Helen's murder. You look like you might fit the bill.
Pretty observant.
Hey, I got it right. You must be a real top runner to be in charge of a case like this. Oh, wait. That's why you're talking to me. I'll help however I can.
What's that you're working on?
Ooh, this is my Terra Ray Grounder. Once it's working, it'll zap those winged sprats right out of the sky. Get it? Electricity, grounding.
What do you have against Terra rays?
Ah, they're disgusting little monsters with creepy tube mouths.
He ain't wrong. Their only redeeming quality is the sweetness of their blood.
Wow.
Plus, they keep flying into the engines, and I reckon that'll do damage over the long term. But you help me get the parts I need to finish the Terra Ray Grounder, and the problem will take care of itself.
What parts do you need? Oops.
I hate to admit it, but Terra Rays give me the heebie-jeebies, and most of the parts I need are surrounded by them.
I messed up. What parts do you need?
I've got an incomplete list here, but I'm a tad on the scatterbrain side. You mind taking a look at my terminal to certify I ain't forgetting anything?
I've already got some of the items you want.
Thanks. I'll start working these things into my machine. Come back when you found the rest, and we can get to Terra Ray burning.
Some of these I think are just supposed to sort of collect your way towards, it's like they can strew some of these items along the island, and then that'll point you towards major plot points, essentially. And like how those cables were right by that guy's body. It's like, oh shit! Hey, I found your jumper cables, I guess.